So we caught wind that there was going to be an Animal Crossing exhibit at our local aquarium, so we hopped in the car and started driving. Once we arrived at our hotel, the first thing that we did was pop out front to say hello to these weird sculptures of animals that were made to look like they were bushes. Oh well, that's pretty weird, but anyways, we went ahead and we went to our hotel room, checked in, and set our stuff down for the night. The hotel was even nice enough to leave us a single moon pie, and some soda. The moon pie itself is just decent. These things, who am I kidding? They kinda suck, but it was free, so I ate it. And we also reluctantly cracked open the soda and had a few sips for that. Also kinda just mid. And we looked around the hotel room and it had these really weird decorations. I'm not really sure what vibe it was going for, but it was cool, I guess. There's a big mirror. And before we went out to get something to eat, I turned on the TV and watched a little bit of Big Bang Theory. Wow, this show is so unbelievably funny. I was hooting and hollering in the hotel room. We almost got a noise complaint. Well, with all that chuckling out of the way, we hopped in the car and we went to go get some dinner at this place called Attack on Tatsu. And this place is a Japanese ramen restaurant if you can't tell from the outside of the building. And in the restaurant they had these cool little lanterns. For our appetizer we got some karage with some mayo dip on the side. And this stuff was really, really, really good. I got some delicious tonkatsu ramen and my girlfriend got a fried chicken sandwich. Slurp those noodles up. This meal was seriously good.
What do you rate it?
Numbers aren't real. Okay. Once we were done with our meal, we decided we wanted some ice cream, and we found this really cool brick vehicle outside of the ice cream place. I got some Mexican hot chocolate, and damn, this stuff is good. Ice cream. Now, we head home, watch TV about food after having eaten food. And now it's time to go to bed. Good night, guys. Oh. Good morning. I slept decently. Time to brush our teeth and get in the car so we can go and find a good parking spot at the aquarium. And once we found our parking spot, we found a nice little cafe and got some breakfast and coffee. Look at this cute little couch and these photographs on the wall. And seriously though, check out this breakfast sandwich. Oh my god. The sandwich had this delicious tomato jam on it. It makes me want to make it myself. And once we finished our breakfast, we went ahead and went back to the aquarium before it opened and just decided to walk around to wait for the place to open. And look, they have this cute little Animal Crossing sign that you can see from the outside. That's gonna be us in a minute. We're gonna be in there. But before we headed in, we went ahead and walked around a bit, saw this gigantic bridge that just really made you feel small. And this giant set of stairs. Seriously, so cool. But now it's time to head inside and see our friendly neighborhood, Tom Nook. I even shook his hand. Now, I can't be the only one that played just a ton of Animal Crossing New Horizons during the COVID-19 lockdowns. I mean, I put in so many hours to this game for months on end just to one day pretty much never pick it up and play it again. That's not to say I still don't love Animal Crossing. The game is still a lot of fun, and you know, it's a nice reminder of the cozier times that we had in our lives. And once we got into the aquarium, we went ahead and got on the escalator to check out the beginning of the tour. We saw this really, really cool, gigantic LCD display. And this was just a really, really fun thing to stand next to and just look at. First, we went ahead and paid the penguins a visit. And there were quite a few of them that were just staring at us through the glass, floating there. They are just so cute. Look, they all came to say hi to us. Hello! Hey guys! What's up? After that, we were funneled into our first fish tank. And just seeing all these different species of fish just really makes you appreciate how big the ocean is and how varied it can be. Look at this little sea turtle swimming by to tell us hello and good morning. And another cool thing the museum did was have these little blathers, tidbits popped up on stands everywhere. These were all very cute to read. Next, we went ahead and walked down this ramp to see more of the aquarium. Here's another Blathers sign. We had two more little fish pop in to say hello. Hey guys, good morning. Oh, good morning to you as well. Next, we popped in to say hello to this tiny little seahorse just hanging out here. He's so small. And here's probably my favorite part of the entire aquarium. It's just this tank of these really beautiful jellyfish, and just the way that the light hits them contrasted with the completely pitch black background. It's just completely mesmerizing. So mesmerizing that I'm just going to hold on them for a little bit so you can see the beauty that I got to see. Absolutely enchanting. In the same room, we saw these other little jellyfish. It's crazy to think these guys don't have brains. Because if they did, they probably would, they'd probably do a bit more than just float around. I can't blame them, though. And next we saw this little lobster. Just kidding. Not a little lobster. This lobster was gigantic. He was huge. I do not want to eat him. Then we saw this just lovely octopus, and its little suckers were sticking to the glass, and if you looked really close to them, you could see that they had these little fuzzy, almost like hairs on them. I don't think I've been that close to an octopus before, so that was really cool to see up close. Oh, hello. Hey, little guy, what you up to? And then, as we were perusing this fish tank filled with an assorted number of fish, we turned around and we were gifted with the sight of this giant metal tortoise. Hello! And then we came across this cute little fish here that was just swimming around. Swimming around without a care in the world. As we moved into the next room, we saw this giant tank filled with sea urchins. And who's that? Gulliver! Someone should go and wake him up. And in the same tank of the sea urchins, they had this little tunnel you could crawl into to get a better view of them up close. I don't think these were made for adults, but we had fun nonetheless. Next we moved into this hallway that had these rocky decorations. And the way that the water refracted the light and made it dance across the floor was definitely really cool. And you can look above you too. What I love most about this aquarium is that it really lets you get immersed in the sea life with these giant views of these tanks. It's almost as if you're underwater yourself. And soon enough we were greeted by a familiar face. That's right, it's Pedro Pascal. He took a break from filming The Last of Us Season 2 to hang out with us at the aquarium. Let's go. And just a moment after this, we looked up and we actually saw these divers that were cleaning the window here, and I don't think I've ever seen a diver do this in any aquarium that I've been to, so it was really cool to see that happening right in front of us. And as we moved along, we saw this massive school of fish. It's truly mesmerizing whenever you can see a bunch of fish in one spot. They sort of move with this ebb and flow. Next, we hopped back onto the escalator to make it to the topmost floor. We actually skipped the top floor to avoid a giant group of kids. We have to go back to the very top because we skipped the topmost part so we could get ahead of all the children yelling and screaming in our ears. And as we moved up the escalator, looking around, we were greeted by another familiar face. OMFG, who the F is that? And after hanging out with Isabel for a bit, we went ahead and we moved on to the next part of the aquarium, where we got to meet some cute little lemurs that were just waking up that morning. These ones up here were just lazing about. I envied them in a way. And then we moved on to my second favorite part of this aquarium, and that is the butterfly room. And because they had to keep this area relatively warm, whenever you open the door, you're hit with this large rush of air as the pressure was equalizing between the room that you were just in and the butterfly room. And it doesn't show up all that well on camera, but there were tons of these tiny little butterflies that were flying around here, and we tried to get some to land on us, but unfortunately we were unable to. Needing to take a little rest, we went ahead and sat down on these tiny little rocking chairs, and we looked out the window at all the cars passing by. They don't know how much fun we're having. We're going to that building now. And next we moved on to the second building of the aquarium, where we were surprised to see Tom Nook again, of all people.
Wait a minute, weren't you in the other place? How'd you get over here?
I guess he must have just discovered how to teleport since we last spoke to him. Anyways, we headed up to the top of this aquarium building, and there was this really long escalator. It was almost creepy how long it was. Wait. What's she doing up here? I guess she learned how to teleport too. And look, you can see the bridge we were at earlier. Next, we moved into this larger area where it was designed to look like the side of a river. And it wasn't long until we met Pedro Pascal for one final time. I guess he just has a lot of time in between shooting for The Last of Us Season 2. I think the aquarium did a really good job making this look like the Tennessee River environment. We saw these little fish that were just hanging out here as if they were at the bottom of a riverbed. And that's when something crazy caught my eye. Just check out the name of this fish. Why did they name it this? With the mystery of the northern hogsucker fresh on my mind, we moved to the next part of the aquarium. From here, you could see the very bottom floor, and we were really, really high up. We had a lot of ground to cover. We saw these cute little fish dancing back and forth in the water. And then we saw these fish that were swimming against the current. Someone should tell them that they're probably not going to make it up there. Something tells me these fish struggling to swim upstream is somewhat analogous to the journey of life. Oh, hello.
I love those fish. I liked petting them.
Do you want to get one?
I wish we had
Do you want to get
one.
one and keep it in our bathtub?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Moving into the next section, we were immediately greeted by these two little turtles that were probably up to something naughty. Or at least that's what I assume is going on here. I don't know. I'm no turtle expert. And then soon after, we visited these crocodiles. Or are they alligators? Honestly, I cannot tell the difference. This one is just chilling away from his friends. And after saying hello to these crocodiles / alligators, we were greeted by a duck, of all things. Hello. Just drinking some water. And after saying goodbye, we moved on to the rest of the aquarium.
Oh my gosh, these guys are huge.
Fish.
Next, we moved on to a row of smaller tanks housing smaller fish. They're so cute. Now, I know you've all been waiting for it, but next, we finally found the frog box. Just look at how many there are. Oh, and they're so cute. I just want to kiss them on the forehead. And then we moved on to some more turtles. There were actually a lot of turtles in this building. Too many turtles? No, I don't think so, but there really were a lot. As evidenced by these little breeding tubs filled with little baby turtles. Don't you just want to pick them up, put it in your pocket, and just take them home with you? I almost did, but someone yelled at me not to. They really seem to be living the good life. Honestly, I'm jealous of them. Seeing all the bins lined up under these lights looked really cool. But don't think we're done looking at turtles. We actually saw this one turtle called the snake-necked turtle that had, well, guess what? A snake neck. It looked really weird. I'm not used to seeing turtles like this. In the next tank, we saw these fish that were just sitting in the dark, not really moving much. And then this one fish with a really long nose swam by.
Who's up, fish?
One Piece reference.
Keep this fish in your memory because we are going to come across it many more times over the next few minutes. I can only imagine he saw something that surprised him. Moving on, we saw another long-nosed fish. And guess what? There he is. What did he see that surprised him so much? And this little fishy here came by to say hello to us. Hello, little guy. And next we came across this one tank that had all of these orange fish just packed together. I can only imagine that they're naturally like this in the ocean, and it is just so cool to see them swim in unison. And this one right here looked like it got smacked in the head with a bat.
It's that one again.
I swear this is the final time we're going to see this guy. And that concludes our Animal Crossing aquarium tour. It was a lot of fun. But we still have to pay a visit to Nook's Cranny.
I was wondering where they were.
Hello, Timmy. Hello, Tommy.
What's up, guys?
In the gift shop, they had this little section filled with Animal Crossing merch, and while we didn't end up buying anything, there was a lot of really cute stuff here. Like these little Isabelle plushes. Even though we didn't buy anything from the gift shop, we still wanted to take home something with us, so we hopped into a little photo booth to take some silly photos. We didn't know that the first photo we took would be the largest one when we printed them out, but we think it's pretty funny. Yep, we look like we're having quite a bit of fun. And with that, we finally get to say goodbye to the aquarium. We were honestly expecting some more Animal Crossing theming, but we were having a good time. And as it turned out, we actually missed the stamp rally that they were holding once every month. Oh well, it's time to get in the car, say our goodbyes. Goodbye, everybody! And go get something delicious to eat. We stopped by this place called Tupelo Honey, which if you haven't been to this chain, it is actually delicious. Just check out this cold brew that I got. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing the cream make its way through the coffee. And now for the taste test. I'm just gonna spoil it right here. It was really, really, really good. Yummy. My girlfriend got a dirty chai, which was not as good as mine, but it was still pretty good. And for our entrees, I got a honey sriracha chicken sandwich, and she got an avocado cucumber sandwich. Ew. And as a side, we both got these potato cracklings covered in Parmesan cheese. Oh my god, they are so good. And the sandwich was delicious as well. Nothing beats honey sriracha. And finally, with our bellies full, we got in the car and took a long drive home. We had a good day today, and we hope to share more of our adventures as we move into the future.